Hi everyone, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to do 4th of July. It is the celebration of independence for America, and I'm doing a very traditional red, white, and blue kind of fun arrangements for you to be able to use for entertaining ideas for 4th of July. So as you can see, I've taken an American flag and I've used it as almost a table runner. You can use it on your wall, you can have it hanging at your, in front of your door, I mean not your door, but you know, around your house, outside. And then I've got some traditional baskets that are American flag, and I have a star-shaped red, white, and blue container. I have a birdhouse that says USA that you can definitely use. I've got a star-shaped container, galvanized container that's very Americana, very 4th of July. And then of course I have traditional red, white, and blue LED lights that I'm going to use in one of the arrangements. I thought it'd be very clever to do so. And I have these, I think these are called windmills, or wind wheels, either or. And if I said it wrong, who cares? You got the idea what it is. Everybody used this as a kid, as when they were little, just to have the wind. So back in the days when people didn't have the internet and all this, video games and all that stuff, we actually rode bicycles and played with simple things like this. Anyways, and then I've got a traditional a cylinder vase that's done in colored blue and red. I might use it, I might not use it. And then I've got very traditional flowers here. I've got some roses, white hydrangeas, gladiolus, some chrysanthemums. These are protea, king proteas, but they're dyed. I think they're dipped in blue coloration. I didn't do this, the team did. I've got some beautiful red spray roses, some blue delphinium, and some thistle. And thistle usually comes it's a little more grayish blue. I've taken a spray can of a darker navy blue and kind of touched it up so I get a vibrant color on this. Get this started. And as you can see, I have some other containers here too. These are a little bit more traditional. I wanted to go a little rustic 4th of July rather than straight up, very bold and contemporary and clean and traditional. Well, traditional, I would say it's still the same. I think I'm gonna use this container. I think I'm gonna use this container, these baskets. And then this birdhouse, I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I'm just gonna put it aside. And I think I'm gonna take one of these. I think I'm gonna take the blue because I need blue. It takes a lot of energy to produce these videos. Originally, when I started, I didn't think I was gonna work this hard. With all the stuff that I have going on, I'm shooting episodes constantly so I can give you creativity and inspiration. The thicker one. And the only reason I'm taping this up, and I normally wouldn't tape it, is I don't want the floral foam to kind of fly out of there, because there's a lot of little pieces. And then last one, I'm just going to take fresh water and I'm going to fill it 3/4. I'm using cold water, I don't use warm water, and I don't use boiling water, right? What happens is you don't want the flowers to get. And then I'm going to take these containers and start working on them. I'm gonna take the star first, and I'm gonna take my hydrangeas, the white ones, and I'm gonna take the florets, cut it, and then take them again one more time and cut it and then insert it like this. Here. See how it's already giving it its shape? So sometimes I like containers that are already like available. That way you're not creating shapes if you don't need to, because we do custom pieces. We just did a birthday party that you will see on YouTube. It's a transformation of a party that I just recently did. It was a 40th birthday party, and I don't want to tell you too much, but just the transformation of things. Like it was your 40th birthday, so we actually spelled out 40 out of flowers, like huge, maybe 5-foot letters or numbers, letters that said 40. This is shaping up beautifully. I think I'm going in and making sure that they're all kind of sort of fluffy on the corners and they're filled up so that we're not losing the shape of like this. I think we're losing it, but I think if I do this, it's looking good. The team's telling me it looks good, so I don't have to worry about it. I always have to worry because here's the thing that you're gonna see this on my social media, or you probably would have seen it by the time this video comes out. I am in not competition with anybody. I am in competition with myself because I try to like even exceed all the achievements, all the things that I've learned. I also learn a lot from people, not just design, but just in life in general, constantly. So this is so cool. Oh my God, look at that. I think this corner needs so listen, so this took about 3, depending on the size of the hydrangea, you might do 4 or 5, depending on how big the stem, the floret is. So I'm gonna keep this really simple and leave that alone, and then go back to my basket. Look how cute that is. Now I'm gonna go with my basket, and what I'm gonna do with this basket is I'm going to take some thistle. I'm gonna start with my thistle. And for my white, so I'm not gonna use all the flowers that I brought out necessarily. So this is a silk faux greenery. What I'm gonna do is just go around the perimeter. This is already cut for me. I mean, you can do this with ivy. Apparently, it takes a lot of preparation for these videos, and sometimes we're so overwhelmed with the amount of product that we need to buy and the details that sometimes we do make mistakes and we don't have what we need. But the great thing about design is there is ways of compromising things. You don't have to always do it the way I'm doing it. You can use it with the flowers that you have available to yourself. And then I'm gonna take my spray roses a little deeper inside. See, this one's done too. Look at how cute this is. Simple, effective, and cute at the same time. So I'm gonna put this aside. And then I'm gonna take this puppy. And before I do that, I'm gonna take this, which is raffia covered in wire. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna do a hand tied. I'm not gonna, I can do this, I'm gonna do a hand tied, tie it, and then just dunk it in there. Or I can do floral tape, do a grid, and work on that. Either way, it's preferable. Most people like the grid because it's easier for them to manage because they can't manage to hold their hands while they're working. I prefer to do it the hand-tied bouquet. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use some white roses. So I've got that. I'm gonna use 2 stems of white hydrangeas. Again, clean out all the greens because I don't need the greens. I'm gonna take some delphinium, which I didn't do before. I'm gonna take maybe 4 stems of the spray roses. I'm gonna do the tortillas that have been already. So let's start with making this hand tied. And seems like it's the last. I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to twist it around. And I'm gonna cut it fairly short so that the lip of the container is hitting. Oh my God, look how gorgeous this looks. Now, to make this a little fun, there's a couple things that you can do. You can do these inside the arrangement. I would do 3s. Or what you can do is you take these and you can put them on your place settings, and these can be favors as people, you know, want to have some fun, entertaining ideas or activity when they're on the table. You can do it that way. Or the other thing that you can do, because you know, with the fireworks and lighting, because you see fireworks in the evening, you can take these battery LED, they're little stars, and I thought these were a little bit, you gotta make sure it doesn't go into the water, but you can nestle it in. And what I'm doing is I'm going back on this and doing the LED stars wrapped around the arrangement. And I think maybe 2 of them on each one will give you better coverage. I know it's a little kitschy, but it works. Let me clean out the table, present this all to you, and show you how amazing you can do this. See how amazing and simple these ideas were for 4th of July. Thank you again for joining me on these YouTube videos. For more inspiration, keep watching these videos. Please make a comment, like, or share the videos, and I will see you next time. Peace out.